Hey, class. Welcome to the 2015 fall semester. My name is Derek Malinzak, and I will be your instructor this semester for PSRT 2121 Case Management Approaches. So, for your first activity this week, you were asked to record a video, so I thought I would do the same. This is my first time teaching this particular course, although I do have experience teaching online and specifically in Moodle in the past 2 or 3 years. So the content is a little new, but I am also familiar with the textbook from teaching 1101 and some of the other courses. So I look forward to it. I'm excited to go through this course with you all. So I'll talk to you a little bit about myself first. My background, as I asked everyone where they're from Long Island. I grew up there and then went to Rutgers when I was 18 and really didn't know what I wanted to do. Decided I liked reading, so I became an English major. I ended up minoring in psychology. And when I graduated, I thought I might be a teacher, but no schools came knocking down knocking down my door to hire me. My senior year, I had gotten a part-time job working for a social service agency. I was a relief counselor, so I would pick up shifts that full-time staff would take off due to vacation or illness or whatnot. So I didn't have really a home base, so to speak. I would sort of float around from one site to the next, filling in wherever needed. But it was a great first experience because I got to see a lot of different sites and a lot of different group homes and supervised apartments and partial care program even. It was great, great experience. And when I had graduated, the organization offered me a full-time job in a 10-bed group home, psychiatric group home in Middlesex County. I was I was a counselor there, so we would take in new clients from the state hospitals for the most part, mainly Trenton Psychiatric Hospital, and teach them skills and sort of help them to transition into more independent living situations. So I worked there for a couple years, and then I didn't really learn psych rehab at all. It was still a very behavioral model that they used. Some examples of this would be if a person didn't do their chore, they might get assigned a punishment, like a double chore the next day. Or another thing was we held on to clients' cigarettes, and they had to come to us to ask if they could smoke a cigarette, and they were only allowed to smoke one per hour. And when I think back to this, I was enforcing these rules. I didn't know what the hell, was the right way to be doing this. And now I think about it and it just makes me laugh because we would never do these things. And that wasn't that long ago. We're talking right around 2000. So I eventually took a position for an agency called Triple C Housing. And there is where I really started to learn about psych rehab. I was a senior counselor in a group home there and really started to figure out, okay, we're going to treat people like normal people. We're going to provide them as normalized living environment as we possibly can, given the circumstances and the regulations that are imposed on us. And we're going to work with people on goals that they actually are interested in achieving, not goals that we set for them. Mind-blowing from someone that was not used to this, but it just totally made sense. I had gone to a training the agency sponsored on psychiatric rehabilitation, and it was there that I met Dr. Spagnolo. And she was really a big role, had a big role for me in mentoring me and getting me back into school. So I re-enrolled. I went into the master's program at what was then called UMDNJ, the School of School of Psych Rehab and Counseling Professions. And it took me 3 years, but I got my master's in psych rehab in the leadership track in 2008. And I still was working for Triple C at the time. I worked there for another year and then took a job at Bridgeway in the partial care program in Elizabeth. I was a team leader there, and I oversaw 2 units in the program. And I really learned a lot there. I worked there for 3 years, ran groups, and really honed the way I deliver services, really honed my rehabilitation practices, as well as the things that are required of other of supervisory faculty, overseeing direct line staff and being a good supervisor. So all along I was at Bridgeway, and even at the end of Triple C, I would sort of keep in touch with the school, the UMD&J. I would guest lecture in former professors' classes when they needed somebody to talk about, residential and then later on partial care. Sort of volunteered to do these things, kept up my networking through like the NJPRA conferences and whatnot. And in 2012, I took a job in the department, primarily doing research. I'm still actually working with Michelle Mullen on research related to providing cognitive remediation. It's an experimental intervention to help college students with psychiatric mental health issues stay in school longer and perform better. So I was the cognitive specialist, and I've been doing that. I just finished that up. We just closed the study about 3 months ago. I provided the intervention to approximately 40 individuals, 40 students, and really got some good feedback from it. I really do believe in the intervention, and it taught me a lot about how people learn and how people can improve things like their memory and concentration and whatnot. So we are still in the data analysis portion of that research project, which means, we're still collecting some data. We are cleaning it and making sure that it's all correct and putting it into statistical analysis programs and seeing if it actually, if we see anything. So it's quite exciting. And in the meantime, I was asked to sort of take on a larger teaching role now that my grant has sort of run its course. So after teaching about one course a year for the last 3 years, now I'm going to be teaching a bunch more. I'm teaching 2 courses this semester and 3 in the spring. So that's me. Some of my interests and hobbies, just to kind of know a little bit about me outside of the classroom. So I live in Essex County now, Bloomfield. I have a almost 3-year-old son that just started school yesterday, pre-K. Into, Major League Baseball. I like the Yankees. I like fantasy baseball. I'm into outdoor things, fishing, gardening, camping, whatnot. I have a pop-up camper, which is pretty cool. I like going to festivals and concerts, especially in the summer, the beach. So, it's a little bit about me. I hope to, read a lot and see a lot about you in the upcoming semester, starting with this assignment. So if you have any questions about how to do a film like this, I can tell you from a Mac perspective, it's super simple. I'm working on a Mac right now, and there should be a program that's already loaded on your computer called QuickTime. And if you open up the QuickTime player and go to File, you can see there's an option to do a new movie recording, and it will use your webcam on your laptop and record you. And when you're done, you save it to your computer, and then you can, what I choose to do is upload it to YouTube. So if you have a Gmail account, you sign into YouTube, and then you upload your video, and then it will give you a link, and you will send me that link, or actually you will put that link in the discussion forums for this upcoming week. There's also, I believe, an option to embed the video in the actual thread itself. So if you choose to do it that way, as long as it's not too big, it should work. So there's many other software options if you don't have a Mac, if you use a PC, to make a recording like this or a screen capture. So do a little research, and if you're having a lot of trouble, reach out to me. And I'm looking forward to seeing your faces and learning a little bit about you guys. I'll probably be doing more videos like this, although this will be the only video I believe I'm asking you to do. But each week, as we talk about different topics, I will probably record my opinions and thoughts about each week's. Not every week, but a bunch of them in video format. I think it's just easier for a student to watch a video and hear my thoughts on things than type up something that you would have to read. I know you'll be doing a lot of reading already this semester. So that's it for me. Again, my name is Derek Malinzak. Welcome to the course, and we will be seeing you soon.